Alright, what's up, guys? So, today I want to talk to you about The Batman. Now, I really like The Batman. I thought this film had a great story, it had great action, and I think Robert Pattinson did an amazing job playing Batman and Bruce Wayne. I really like the fighting style in this film. From that first sequence where we see the bat signal in the sky and Batman saying, "We have a signal now for when I'm needed." But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. I love the fight scene in the subway station where Batman goes in and then he comes walking in slowly with his feet make this loud sound on the ground, and then the bad guys are like, "Who are you?" And then he just starts beating the crap out of these guys and he's like, "I'm vengeance." So I really like that fight scene. I think Robert Pattinson did a great job playing Batman. There are a lot of amazing scenes with him. I like the costume. It looks very cool. It reminds me a lot of Batman Arkham Knight. The costume Batman had in Arkham Knight, it looks kind of like that. And I think Robert Pattinson did a great job playing Batman. The fight scenes were pretty good. His Batman is very intimidating. I like the interactions with him and Commissioner Gordon. I thought it was fun to watch. The Batman reminds me a lot of the movie Seven, starring Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. And the Riddler of this film, I really like the direction they went with the Riddler. I thought he was very creepy. He reminds me a lot of the bad guy from Seven. And the Riddler has almost like Zodiac killer vibes, but I think the Riddler was very creepy in this film, and I like the darker tone they went with. And it was pretty interesting to see him leaving all these riddles for Batman, and there was one kill after another. So I thought they did a good job with the Riddler here. At the end of the film, we have kind of a Joker cameo, and the voice sounded a bit like Heath Ledger, like at the end. I don't know if that's the direction they're going for, but I liked it. I liked when, he was laughing and telling me, "Riddle me this, riddle me that. The less of them you have, the more one is worth a friend." So I liked the little Joker cameo at the end. Zoe Kravitz did a good job as Catwoman. I liked what she did with the character. Although I feel like Anne Hathaway is still my favorite Catwoman. Anne Hathaway will always be my favorite Catwoman. I loved her in The Dark Knight Rises, but I thought Zoe Kravitz did a good job as Catwoman, and I feel like her and Robert Pattinson, got along really well on screen. So I really like this film. There was amazing action scenes, the subway scene, the opening sequence, the chase with the Batmobile. I like the Batmobile in this film. I know some people thought it looked kind of like a Mustang or Camaro, but it looks like something a guy really built, like it was a real tech car. So I like that chase with him and the Penguin, and Colin Farrell did a good job as the Penguin. I think he had a lot of great scenes in this film. I love the scene where Batman and Commissioner Gordon are interrogating him and they're just arguing, and I thought it was really funny. I thought that scene was really cool. And then after he flips the car over, Batman comes walking towards the Penguin's car and there's fire behind him, and he just crouches down and looks in the car at the Penguin. I thought that was pretty funny and that was pretty cool. So I think the casting of everybody in this film, even Commissioner Gordon, I think that all the actors and actresses who played the characters in this film, they did a great job. And Matt Reeves did a great job directing this film. I love the visuals of this film. I like the way it looked. I love the action and everything that went down. So I really like the Batman, guys. I like the costume. I like the fighting. I like the storyline. I thought it was interesting with the Waynes, because in the Batman Long Halloween Part 1 and Part 2, which was based on the comic books, Carmine Falcone is shot and goes to the Waynes for help, and Thomas Wayne helps him. So I like that they brought that into this movie. They was very comic book accurate, and I really like this film. The final showdown with Batman and Riddler's kind of gang, I like that fight. I love the way the smoke looked and the kind of blue lighting, and then the flood happened. Yeah, so I really liked it. I liked Robert Pattinson as Batman. The costume was amazing. His fighting style was pretty cool. And I really liked Robert Pattinson as Batman. I'm looking forward to the Batman Part 2. If they bring back the entire cast from this film, I think it's going to be really good. And if Matt Reeves returns to direct, it's going to be really good. So, yeah, Robert Pattinson did a phenomenal job playing Batman, and I really liked his interpretation of the character. Robert Pattinson is a great actor, so I feel like the Batman has a lot of potential, and I look forward to the Batman Part 2. Andy Serkis did a great job playing Alfred. I like the few interactions with him and Bruce Wayne, especially in the hospital, where Bruce Wayne's like, "All these years I spent fighting for him, believing he was a good man," and Alfred's like, "He was a good man." And they have Andy Serkis and Robert Pattinson's Batman have some great interactions, and I liked his take on Alfred. I really like the soundtrack to the Batman. Every time Batman comes on screen, this amazing music is playing. I like the Batman theme in this film. I like the soundtrack to the Batman, and now that I think about it, all the Batman films always have great soundtracks. You know, the Dark Knight trilogy, Batman 89, Batman Forever, you know, the Batman the animated series. So I really like the score to the Batman. It's a beautiful soundtrack, and yeah, the soundtrack to the Batman is phenomenal. When that light hits the sky, it's not just a call, it's a warning to them. So I love that scene where Batman's narrating. I like the narrations from Batman here. I like the contact lenses he wore that have camera. I like the tech. So there are a lot of epic moments in this film, and I really like the Batman. And yeah, guys, if you haven't seen the Batman, I highly recommend you check it out. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.